Hello and welcome to another Arkeys video and to a new 2 million credit time trial challenge on Gran Turismo 7. We are at Bathurst in the newly added Maserati MC20 and this was a tricky one, at least for me. I usually do a first impressions video on these where I give it around an hour to see if I can get a gold that is safe enough to stand the full period of time, but this one spiraled into being a full afternoon and evening of just tumbling down the rabbit hole, and it really got to me. I got stubborn and frustrated and just wouldn't give up. So let's just get straight into this one. And as we jump into sport mode, take a note of the time. It's 2:20 in the afternoon. Remember that when we get to the end of the video. And yeah, I was picking up my prize for the Viper challenge and we're jumping into this one. Loading Jetta's Ghost, he's really smashing this one. And by the way, if you just want to see how I got on, you have to jump to the end of the video. But I can tell you that my solution, and that is not everyone's solution to get this done in a decent manner, wasn't expected to me, but we will get to that. Here you can see I was just really struggling to even get a clean lap in, constantly grazing or hitting those walls. Now I made it to almost the back straight, but unfortunately still just grazing the wall there, and once again, and once again. And yeah, at the end I just had to get back out. I didn't even get a lap in, so now I've watched Jetta's lap and he is really pushing the limits. He is downshifting very aggressively and going sideways to his own benefit, all the most impossible places. This is my first lap without picking up any penalties and definitely more pedestrian speed. I'm just trying to survive. This is a tricky corner. You're coming in and trying to brake and sort of slide into this one. I got some oversteer on the exit right where I didn't want it. Also getting the car through here without hitting the wall on the left hand side can be quite a challenge. That was the wall I hit the most times when I tried to get a lap in at the start. And we are going over the mountain now, and yeah, you can see you have to get the car sliding a bit so you can get it around the corners. And now we're coming down the mountain, and this is a mid-engine car, so it would really like to spin around if you hit the brakes the wrong way. But we are crawling our way down the mountain up to 4th gear here, and let's get around this final corner before the long back straight. I'm trying my best to stay close to the inside wall up to 3rd gear, and let's power down the back straight. You have to get on the brakes already at that kink coming up to the chicane, just hoping for the best, getting the car stopped, and really be careful coming out of the chicane here. You can see the car really wants to slide, braking just after the 150 board and missing the apex as usual, and almost losing the car on the exit. And we are across the line in a very slow 2:18.3, but we carry on. The following lap was actually, you can see when we come across the line, exactly 2 seconds faster. So let's park the car carefully into the wall and go and have a look. This is a silver time. We need to get some more. So we are jumping back in, coming around turn 1 up to 3rd gear, carefully applying the power. Make sure we don't spin, and I get the tiniest improvement this time. So we just have to keep trying, and I hit the wall, and I've used 40 minutes now, still no gold. So I can already now see that my 1 hour attempt is not going to lead anywhere. So I just have to keep trying. As we come into this braking zone, there is a nice tree right after the 200 board. You can see it on the right hand side. I use that as a brake marker for this corner. And yeah, coming down the mountain, can we keep the car in check? Nope. You can see I'm almost losing the car, but we keep it together. It's slow, but we survived it. Braking right at that kink just before, getting onto the power, and up to 4th gear as we exit the final part of this chicane, and still have to be careful. We are just sneaking under 2 minutes 16, and I carefully park the car once again. It is still a silver time. We need a bit more, so we are going back in, and we need a bit more than that. And we keep trying. Unfortunately, I hit the wall once again, so we have to restart. So now can I get the gold time this time? Coming around turn 1, using 3rd gear for the exit of this corner, and this time I'm not using 4th gear, and that was basically just a mistake. But I am using, there's a bush between 2 lampposts, that's my reference for getting close to the inside wall, a bit of braking and just trying to get the car rotating around that corner. Really a tricky one in my opinion. And yeah, you can see you really have to be careful on the power. The car wants to slide at all times, and also over the mountain here. You have to use that sliding to your advantage, but it can really kill you easily as well. Now we are coming towards the downhill part, and yeah, this is where I'm usually the most scared, just trying to keep the car in check. Getting close to that inside on the left, you can take a bit more of that. We are still alive, and be careful, don't lose the car here up to 3rd gear. Whoops, still get a lot of wheel spin, have to really ease on the power, and we are getting through the final chicane. And now we only have 1 corner to go. Look for the 150 board, get on the brakes, and yeah, I think I found an apex of some sort, but you also have to be careful, don't touch those curbs too much. You can see that also unsettles the car. So that's a 215.368. I hit the wall once again, so maybe we should just go. Yeah, you can see now I'm just giving up. Maybe we should just go and have a look. Now we've got a gold time, and that took me 2 hours, and it's only hanging on by the skin of my teeth. Now I have loaded a different ghost. This is AHR James's ghost. He is also on a controller like me. He is very, very fast, and it sort of helped my confidence. Also, Jetta is driving so aggressively. He's really good at it, but I could never get the car around the track in a way he is. So I needed to load a more sensible ghost, and by sensible I mean a ghost that I felt I could work with and somehow maybe match some of the things he was doing. We are coming around the corner before the long straight, and we get an improvement, and we keep going. This is the lap immediately after, trying to get an okay exit here, and I think I'm doing an alright job getting the car close to the inside wall and get a good exit up the hill. The car really wants to spin its tires up the hill. We're coming down the mountain as well, and it's looking okay, keeping the car well to the right so I can cut that inside on the left, and we are coming into the chicane all the way down to 2nd gear to get the car stopped, up to 4th on the final part here, and we are still alive, some sort, also getting around the final corner, and we get across the line in a 2:14.997. And in hindsight, this was really where I should have stopped for the day. I could always come back and do some more, but now I just spiraled down the rabbit hole. The afternoon turned into late evening. I just kept going and going and going without getting anywhere, and then suddenly I got an idea. Let me try in the VR headset. And I know that everyone doesn't have a VR headset. Everyone doesn't have a wheel. I don't have a wheel, but adding the VR added the extra information I needed on how the car was reacting. I could see when the steering wheel was straight. I could feel when it made sense to put on the power. I could see the elevation changes, and I could understand why the car was reacting the way it was because of various bumps and undulations and camber changes and all that stuff that is not that obvious when you are playing in flat screen and when you don't have a wheel and you cannot feel when the tires go light. This is really a nice addition of information. We are coming up the hill and now we're going over the mountain. You're going down into a dip here and you're going over another crest, and really have to be sure that you have some weight on the tires and get the car turned before you're going over the hill. Once again, not that obvious, even though you might know it already. Seeing it more clear in the VR headset made it more natural to react to what I was seeing and getting around the track better. We're coming around the final corner before the long back straight, and by the way, the view from up here is really amazing when you are coming down the mountain and coming over the hill here as well. We are definitely up on our time, I can see that, yeah, braking just before the kink there, and this time I think I'm fairly quickly going up to 4th gear. It felt more natural to just feed in the throttle without spinning out too much, and we are making our way around the final corner, getting close to the apex there, and we are going across the line, cutting off nearly half a second. This is not by any means a fast lap, and I have to keep an eye out for this, but at this stage, after driving so many kilometers, this really felt like a victory. You can see at the time it's past 10 o'clock in the evening and I've driven 1,000 kilometers, so this was a proper brain melter. I hope you found this video entertaining, maybe even somewhat useful. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye.